What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 26 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. Naggarond Inc. is excited to announce an update to our Misery Select line of products. In order to serve you better, Misery Select subscriptions can now be cancelled in person at any participating Temple of Cain. Misery Select. Your misery, your way. So as we saw last time, Morathi encountered Tyrion out in the sea, and in a glorious sacrifice to Mathlan, his army or armies were drowned in the sea foam. Mathlan gave us a reward for it, giving us materials at sea and a very nice boost to our economy. That construction cost reduction is going to make going to be very, very valuable over the next few turns, as we're going to be building up so many buildings. In terms of what we got to do this time around, the Shelra is probably going to sally out to try to destroy these armies before they leave that march stance, and to prevent additional siege time, while everybody else continues to advance towards Ulthuan as we are getting closer to making landfall. We also probably do have a fairly decent amount of money that we should be spending here, as we do once again want to make best use of that materials at sea. First of all, I want to check a few things, however. I believe we want to make at least a few more sorceresses, a few more R&D sorceresses to continue stealing tech from Ulthuan. The closest place where we can do so, however... there should be one here somewhere. Grey Rock Point. Ah, yes, Grey Rock Point. Okay, so we can build sorceresses out of here at what level? We got level 5. Oh, that's a little bit low. They're going to have a fairly low chance of being able to successfully steal tech at that rate. We can build them at what, level 11 or something? Yeah, level 11 here. Okay, wait. We had an obsidian quarry being built somewhere here. Obsidian Amulet Carver gives us hero recruit rank all provinces for sorceresses. It's only +1, mind you, but I think it's still worth our time at the current time. And is that the only obsidian quarry that we have that's about to be finished? We do have another one being built here at the Cliff of Beasts. No, that's a Tusk compound. It's here. This would be too much in terms of slave investment. Alright, fine. We're just going to start with one sork, and then we'll continue with more as we increase capacity. So, let's get to one that is, let's say... Malicious Perceptive. I don't like either of those. Fleet-footed. Anything that will help in terms of... maybe Cunning? Knowledgeable. You know what? That'll make you level faster. Let's do that. You are going to move out, and we're going to immediately name you R and D. I don't want to spend too much money on this, but nonetheless, I think this will be worth our time. Let's go steal tech for you, and you can sail out. Alrighty, next up. I think we might actually be better off canceling the Cold One charts. Yes, we wasted one turn on it, but it's not a big deal. And rebuilding them at a higher rank. So we'll do that again at 4. And I guess we should also continue building the Black Ark Corsairs for the fleet captain here for Admiral Leech Granite Stance. Also, you are... yeah, you're okay. Malice, you're gonna have... all of your units start at rank 8. It's going to be fantastic. Next up, let's do the buildings, then we'll sally out here, and then we'll end the turn. Let's see what buildings we have left. First of all, you, Guild Halls. Ooh, so cheap. So cheap. And in fact, we could make it cheaper by going for the Slave Drive. We will have to upgrade Clarkarond anyway, so yeah, let's do it. Like so, what do we have at Turtle Isles that we're missing? Yes, we probably want to build a slave districts nonetheless, and the herb gatherers, whatever. And here we will want to build our Harpy Roost, so we can get those Scourge Runner chariots on the field ASAP. Lovely. Next up, Eternal Lagoon. Let's get to you, Slave District. Do we want to use the Slave Drive here as well? Funnily enough, there's not a lot of other stuff that we would be building in the next few turns here, so we might not actually get all that much value out of it, although the extra growth in this particular province might be valuable. Fine. I'm a little bit wary of using too much right now, but the extra growth is going to be helpful. Let's go Slave District. Deadwood, you're up next, and ooh, lots of upgrades here. Lovely. Upgrade a port, upgrade that wood location, and Naggarond, are you close to... Yeah, you're going to need a defensive... you're going to need a defensive structure. A little bit unfortunate, economically speaking, but, you know, coastal territories, they always need it. Frozen City, you are the next thing, and I guess we're gonna have to go for that Sorceress's Abode still. Always useful. Hag Hall, let's get that cattle ranch. Do we need the defenses at Hag Hall? I don't think we actually need these anymore. Yeah, we're still fighting Ulthuan, but these guys can't really land anywhere near to it, so there's no real reason. Let us, however, build the Estates of the Masters, or at least upgrade the Estates of the Masters, and we will build here. We don't have the Artisan's House, and the place will make some money. No, yeah, we'll also need the Temple of Cain, the Sorceress's Abode, a bunch of stuff, basically, but we will start, I guess, with the Artisan's House, maybe? Now start with the Sorcerer's Abode. We'll build the Artisan's House there instead. Alrighty, Copper Desert, you're up next. Your public order is actually fine now, and I guess we no longer need the city tunnels here. We can keep the Shade Building for now, and we will upgrade the Estates of the Masters as well, but and this is still going to be a military province, and I guess so is this province, but yeah, that does make sense. Skeggy, let's upgrade you, and I'm tempted to rush you, but we'll see how our economy, or how our money and our slaves remain by the end of the materials at sea, and then we'll upgrade based on that. Let's upgrade Shagrath next, because it has a port, and we always want to upgrade ports as much as possible, because they provide slaves and growth and money. And I guess the crafting district here as well. Shard Bastion, do you need the Den of Outlaws here? Sharky is kind of far from it, and I was temporarily going to build it here, but I guess it's no longer needed, so we'll delete it for now. Tyrant Peak will upgrade you, as well as the, ooh, yes, Iron Smelter, definitely the Estates of the Masters. Don't need the city tunnels here anymore because of the Slaaneshi corruption being gone, but we will build the Slave District. Iron Sand Desert, you're up now. Wait, did I forget something at Ashen Coast? Yes, I did. Tyrant Peak, let's get you those Dark Elf residences, and we will follow it up with... This place will be making money, so Artisan's House. Ooh, the, public order is still quite problematic here, mostly due to the bad climate. We may actually have to prioritize torture posts here. May be able to switch it out later on once our public order fixes itself, but, you know, we'll see. Plain of Dogs, yes to the Shrine of Cain, yes to the Estates of the Masters. Northern Wastes, Blood Mountain is the only option, and we want to upgrade the this thing here anyway. And that is now good. I'm tempted to rush the Silver Tower just to get the gem mine up and running, but once again, we'll see closer to the end of the buff. Let's upgrade the Palace of Princes next. Ooh. Nah, we should still probably upgrade the Palace of Princes. We're not going to upgrade the Twisted Towers before the enemies arrive. We also no longer need the walls here. At least I don't think. I'm just gonna hope that we don't. We'll still get the walls at the Folly of Malefics, but probably not here. Ooh, I don't like how close these guys are getting now. And then lastly, the Noisome Tomb or Bilious Cliffs. You know what? Fine. We'll upgrade them. I still don't know whether we'll be trading it to the Legion of Chaos. It depends. We might. How many territories do these guys have? They have 5. They're not holding all of that many. You know what? Don't upgrade this. Don't waste the money. It's only 1,600. And it'll be worth my... Yeah, you know what? We'll get money back. We'll get our money back from trading it, so it's fine. And I believe that is that. Now, we do have a little bit of Witch King's Authority, which we may want to use. And we are still... Let's see, we could get Call Upon the Sorceresses to get magic item drop chance for any battles. In fact, if anything, I should have done that last time. This would be helpful for these guys, and we do need more magic items after all. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's quite a bit of Witch King's Authority, but it's not like we're intending to confederate Lokir in the next few turns. We're probably going to give it like 15 turns or something just to fix our economy and everything else. So in that light, maybe we'll do this. Alright, Witch King's Sacrifice, Call Upon the Sorceresses. I also notice that this has recruitment cost reduction. Ooh. And we are about to recruit a lot of... Man, we just recruited a bunch of units too. Damn it.
The knights in particular, but also the Black Ark Corsairs. Ah, you know what? Fine, maybe we'll do that instead. Just to save on a little bit of extra cash. Alrighty, so, Witch King, where was this again? This was Witch King's command. Recruitment cost, hero action, success chance, and local recruitment capacity. Sacrifice. Alrighty. And I guess any extra recruits it'll be a decent time to do it as well. Now, these guys cost only 75 to recruit. And, too bad we can't recruit them out of the Black Flood as well. Actually, how much do they cost to recruit from you? Just out of curiosity. They cost 750. Well, it's a lot cheaper. But obviously not to the same degree as cheap from you. You are going to want to build, I don't know, let's say 4 Cold One chariots. I'm not entirely sure how many chariots we want as opposed to how many knights. We do have 10 turns to decide, however. We build 6 chariots. 6 chariots, 6 Cold One knights, and then 4 Dread Knights with the leaders. No, that won't leave enough room, will it? Alright, you know what, let's just do something like this for now, and then we'll build all 6 of the Cold One Knights at the same time afterwards. We'll keep it to 4 chariots. I don't want to go overboard on the chariots anyway, because they can be a liability at times. Anyway, Thashelry, you're about to attack. We are going to give you a few items before you do. Let's give you the Shroud of Death. Temporarily, of course, because we're going to get you killed. And let's get you the Potion of Healing. While you hoard the Sword of Cain, hoard, whatever. Malekith hoards all the Swords of Cain. That is good to me. Let's attack out here. You, close victory, we've got the enemies coming in. And we'll see about that. Of course, our army is still hurt, but we do have the Sword of Cain, and we do have magics. So hopefully we have enough. Here we go. Alrighty, well, no speech apparently from the temporary wielder of the Sword of Cain, but oh well, it's not a big deal. Here we go, the Knights of the Ebon Claw are moving out, and their color scheme actually really reminds me of Karand Kar, but I do like all the snake symbolism that they've got going on. Very nice, and Alpha Legion, and even the color scheme is a little bit close to it. But anyway, here we go. Shouldn't be a, well, not a crazy consequential battle, because we can always back off if we get horrifically destroyed. The enemy does have 5, I think, units of Silveran Guard, after all, and Silveran Guard are tier 3 units, and our army is hurt. But on the other hand, how are they going to deal with the wielder of the Sword of Cain, and that we should have a decent amount of magical superiority? Sword of Cain makes Thashelry unbreakable, on top of the fact that we have that temporary healing potion, so she should be reasonably okay. 22% physical resistance and 20% ward save on top of all that. Otherwise, we'll see what we can do. Our most hurt units are deployed in the woods here, and we're going to try to charge the main enemy army as fast as possible, or rather the first of the enemy armies as fast as possible, to dish out the damage to them before the second army arrives. That said, we won't be doing that with the Knights of the Ebon Claw and with our caster quite yet. Our caster is going to peel away towards the secondary army, which has most of the enemy troops, in order to try to cast both of the Cain Vortex as well as the Flame Storm, or whatever other spells that we have. I don't think she actually has Flame Storm, but really any spells she can hit them with, basically to put them on cooldown as much as possible before we actually get into the fight with this force. So this force is small enough so that our infantry should, in theory, be able to take care of them, but I guess we're going to have to see. On the bright side, if we manage to pull this off, that'll be it for the enemy's sort of little mini counter-invasion of Naggaroth, and then the next episode will begin our full invasion of Ulthuan, as our own shores will be safe. Anyway, the battle will begin with the enemy archers pelting our bleak swords by the looks of it, and a little bit our Black Ark Corsairs. We should be able to take at least some damage on the shielded units, although unfortunately the focus on the Black Ark Corsairs will make them take damage despite their armor and reasonable missile resistance. Unfortunately, they have limited missile resistance when not in Black Ark, because obviously Black Ark units or Black Ark lords help them out a lot in giving them additional missile resistance and buffs, generally speaking. Anyway, the Knights of the Ebon Claw have charged in, and they're going to try to strike down the treekin here first, which shouldn't be too problematic for them. They may be quite resistant to damage, but there are only two of them here after all, even with the help of the Eagle. The other Dread Knights that we have are also about to loop around and hit all of those enemy range units and the enemy Princess, while our melee units deal over time with the Silveran Guard, though I would imagine that we'll get a decent amount of help from our other units. Anyway, in the meantime, we have our spells being put on cooldown with our Sorceress. There's that Cane ability causing a little bit of rampage and a little bit of damage as well to these units, not right in the middle of the enemy formation, but I just wanted to cast it as fast as possible. That's not the worst burning head in the world, but it didn't quite go through the main line, but that's fine. We'll have the ability to use those spells again once the enemy army approaches us, and once again, the point of that was for the cooldowns. In the meantime, it looks like the enemy treekin are pretty much done for, and the Dread Knights are absolutely ripping apart those poor enemy archers, and we'll be able to help against the melee shortly as well. Alrighty, how are the Silveran Guard looking? They've actually been quite overwhelmed. We did have Executioners and Blackguard of Naggarond to help out with the fighting of those guys as well, not just bleak swords and basic stuff. So it looks like the first of the enemy armies is destroyed, and we'll have our real fight against the main force in a little bit. We are, however, going to have to try to chase down the enemy as best we can over on this side, because obviously this first army is not in march stance and will escape and annoy and raid whatever it is they do to our territory. I'm actually just now trying to remember, do High Elves even have a raiding stance? I'm not sure that they do. It's been enough of a while since I played a High Elf campaign that I don't remember if they have a raiding stance, and especially considering that the stances are different in SFO as well. I know that the Lizards don't have a raiding stance, so I'm not sure whether the High Elves would. Alrighty, well, let's see. The enemy princesses, or should be done for very shortly. Down we go. And that is it. Alright, well done to the knights, and well done to the Sheldrake, who got a little bit hurt here, but not a big deal. Should be fine, as she still does have her healing potion. And oh right, we do have the Blood Frenzy on everybody as well from the Prophet buff. Fantastic. Whispers of the Eyeless thing. Though I'm still kind of salty that it only gives you a common weapon as a reward. Kind of silly, but oh well. Anyway, the enemy is grouping up, and we're doing the same. About to hit some of the smaller enemy units here in the side. Well, actually, not much smaller now that I think about it. I was thinking that these guys would be a little bit more hurt at this point, but oh well, not a big deal. And the Sheldrake is going to move in and charge the second enemy princess. There we go, and should be able to hit said princess very, very hard with every attack. Very nice, 900 damage in a single blow. We will get surrounded here, but with the healing potion and the Sword of Cain, it won't be easy to bring down the sorceress, even if it is only a sorceress. In the meantime, the rest of our army is moving down this hill. The the Blackguard and the Executioners charging to get into the fray against all of those Silveran Guard and spears and whatnot. But once again, our mainline infantry are just a distraction at this point because the Dread Knights are in decent numbers with 3 units to take care of the enemy from the backline. But at least we can watch all the units fight in melee. And there we go, right on time for once. Murderous Prowess activates when we're starting to fight the main enemy force rather than the secondary force or after the battle is over. Pretty fantastic. I am very happy with that. Oh, I also really like the look of the Avalorn Dryads. I like the color scheme, especially as it does work with this particular locale. They do blend into the environment quite well. I gotta love Dryads, they're so freaky and evil looking. Alrighty, well, it might be nice to actually have had some of those on our roster. I wonder, I assume we can't build them. Like, the landmark at Avalorn wouldn't let us build them. It would let us build other High Elf units, but probably not Avalorn units in particular. Anyway, the balance of power has shifted to, I don't know, maybe 70% in our favor at this point, and the enemy is having a really rough time of it, and that is even before the Dread Knights have charged. It looks like even our melee units are winning the day, and the battle will be ours soon. Actually, it turned out to be a little bit less difficult, or maybe even a lot less difficult, than I had originally anticipated. But that's vigor for you. You really gotta watch out for vigor loss in SFO. So moving around in march stance is very, very dangerous, both for the AI and for the player. And Dread Knights chasing down these archers who are trying to run away in vain, especially against the faster moving units, and the fact that they can poison. The princess's back, but probably not for long, as the Shell Ray has caught her once again. The Silveran Guard get hit in the back by even more Dread Knights, and the Knights of the Ebon Claw in particular, and with that, the enemy army will break. With our Murderous Prowess, I think, at stage 2 at this point, but that's just fine. And yes, we will eventually get the tech that allows us to activate the Murderous Prowess earlier, but I think it did work out fairly well in this particular battle, so can't complain too much about it this time. And Shadows of Anlek coming in to hit the Silveran Guard, and we have been obviously using Shadows of Anlek periodically as we fight. I do think that the wielder of the Sword of Cain, especially for the Dark Elves, should essentially have like a Murderous Prowess permanently active for their army, as in stage 1 and not in stage 2. I think it would make a lot of sense for the Sword of Cain's army, but you know, maybe it's difficult to do, although there are obvious modifications to Murderous Prowess that have been made in SFO, so it might be a possibility. It will be nice if it basically gave permanent Murderous Prowess to Dark Elves, but if a High Elf wielder is using it, then the army that is using it would also get Murderous Prowess as well. And that would make sense, I think. To me, anyway. Anyway, we're gonna chase down the enemy as best we can here, just to get the bonuses for the money and slaves and whatnot, and there we are, a close victory, and not too bad a one. And the last attack, or for now at least, that we can see, the last of the armies on our shores are destroyed, and it will be time to move to Ulthuan itself. Alrighty, there we go. Not too shabby. Both armies completely destroyed. The vigor loss really hurt that second army, and I guess the advent of the Sword of Cain is also not that bad of a thing here. We get 1,000 slaves for our trouble, which we really do need at this point, as we want to make good use of them while we have access to our Cain stuff, or to our materials at sea, which I guess I for some reason decided to call Cain stuff. And ooh, draining winds will be gone next turn, so the growth will increase, which will be helpful during our materials at sea. We also probably want to destroy a Delia here, so let's see if you can't attack and do the same thing. What do we have in terms of here? Oh, it's basically nothing, and in fact we can just auto-resolve this. Yeah, just auto-resolve it then. We're not gonna bother fighting it again. We can take the money. 850 is useful, and there we go. Enemy killed in battle, enemy killed in battle. Hey, a forbidden rod and an armor fortune. Very, very nice. All things considered, definitely making me want to use that Witch King's authority thing. Alright, but we'll see. Anyway, for now, Thashel Rib Wormscale, you're gonna move in here. Malekith is coming, and then you will sail off together with Malekith towards Oath 1, where we will kill you off and then take the Sword of Cain and give it to Malekith. What the heck is this? Look at this guy's icon. He's squished. He's the opposite of Wide Thorgrim. What the heck? Oh, I've never seen that, and I find that hilarious because it's Wide Thorgrim for the dwarfs and Thin... I don't know what you... Thin Thalos for the elves. The fact that it's opposite for the elves it just tickles me. Alrighty, well, what did I not build here? Oh, I didn't upgrade Shard Bastion for reasons. I don't know what those reasons were because we're upgrading it right now. Alrighty, lovely. And we do even have still treasury remaining, so, well, that'll help in terms of recruitment. I am tempted to continue recruiting the Cold One Knights. How close do we have? I was wondering whether we would have access to be able to build Cold One Dread Knights, but it looks like not for a while as yet. This money would allow us to build up our Black Arcs to some degree, if we wanted to, but on the other hand, maybe we want to see how much money we have remaining. Alright, I think we'll wait. Alright, unassigned skill points, garrisoned outpost available. Oh, right. Do we have the ability to build anything useful from you guys yet? Still no? Still doesn't look like it. Man, would you please get your artillery building to a higher level? Do you even have any? No, not in Cleric Spire. Yeah, they don't have an artillery building, a gunsmith or whatever, in any of their main territories yet. That's what we're waiting for. That's the main thing I want, and you know what? There may be use for giant slayers. Oh wow, they have the Sisters of Slaughter in the in a dwarf army. That seems odd, but nonetheless. Anyway, let's end the turn. Let's see if anybody attacks us, and otherwise, let's continue. Alright, looks like these guys are gonna run, but not far enough, as we should be able to catch them. Ooh, Clan Pestilence is not liking us very much because of trespasses with the Awakened, but we're probably gonna destroy them anyway, regardless of the money that they provide, so we're gonna decline for now. We can make a trade agreement with Clan Squire, and maybe if they're alive with Khemri, they could be fairly decent allies as well, because they will like our strength, or at the very least, Cetra will. Settlement Besiege, the Golden Colossus, already for duty. What is this? Oh, Morancy, right. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Rakarth, you're going to go right here. Wait, do you even need to? Wait. Just do this. Hey, we got a factor from that. Fantastic. You're going to now walk away, where you'll be closer to Rakarth, who can now kill you. Beautiful. This way we won't have to waste movement range. Rakarth kill, or Brachus kill. Brachus 2, I guess. Auto-resolve. And a High Elf Slave, don't care as much about that as I do about the factors. Naggarond Separatist destroyed, you have... Akhenaten, would you please just rebel already? Damn. Rakarth, you are going to go into March stance, and you're going to head out here. And we're going to head you towards the Skull Reef, and at the same time towards the Golden Ziggurat. In fact, we can sail out of the Golden Ziggurat, I guess. We will have the Harpy Roost by then, and we will be able to build up your armies. Akhenaten, stay there. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll give her some items, and then take them away so that we can hopefully delete her. The reason I keep doing this is because they're low levels and there's really no need for them, although Strategist isn't the worst thing to have for like an army to ferry stuff around and maybe even recruit. What happens if we disband you? Will you still be at 2? Yeah, she'll still be at 2. You know what, I'll just leave it for now. Here's the thing, eventually we will pop the... sacrifice to authority. In fact, we will pop it fairly soon, which will give us the Lord loyalty chance, which might be able to counteract that. But anyway, Malekith, you, time to move. Isn't it always? Let's head you out to the Remnants of Battle, auto-resolve that, and then head out to the mysterious island here. Ooh, hello, we got vision thanks to one of our dwarfen allies here. Now they got armies moving in as well. Fill cargo for you, Malekith. A Banner of Eternal Flame, not a bad pickup. Don't particularly care about the trunk of maps at the current time, but that's fine. March stance for you. Huh. In regular stance, you might have been able to land at Tordranil here, but I would like you to actually get your army before you do. I wonder if anybody would be able to reach you, but I don't think so. Go this way. Alrighty, that's Malekith. Hellebrand, you're on the way as well, so let's send you out to sea this way. We'll land briefly at Karand Kar. And there we'll probably summon our regiments of renown. And Admiral Valal, Life Quencher. I guess you are now Hellebrand's admiral, since you have the Witch Elves bonuses. Let's move you in March stance, and we'll stay near Hellebrand. We'll still want to recruit Witch Elves, as well as other stuff, with you. And in fact, we'll have to build the Witch Elf building here as well, since we didn't have it before. R&D, all of you are moving out. Moving out to sea, and Malice Darkblade, you're doing the same thing. You're going to go get your, army. Beautiful. Okay, Hellebrand has moved. Druki resources, number 1. No, I should probably number them so I don't, so I stop getting confused as to who has what. You need to head directly towards Malekith. I guess at sea, you're just going to trade him all of this stuff. The shell rep, You also need to trade the Knights of the Ebon Claw to somebody to take them back to Malice. Do we need to make another lord to do this? It's kind of irritating. I guess we can have Druki resources do it once she swaps some units with Malekith. Alrighty, fine. You're gonna go here then. And we'll swap out at sea. The rest of this doesn't really matter, and then you can just stay there. In fact, we could actually send you to the Mysterious Island, but we might as well give the XP to Malekith. Not that he needs it, mind you, but we don't want to outlevel... we don't want anybody to outlevel Malekith. I don't think he'd appreciate it. That's you, Morathi. You are now able to land. We could land near Sirthara Belkek here, but we wouldn't be able to attack. And, oh, right, we should probably still destroy Morel here. And we should also land. Steel Tech right here at Vol's Anvil. 100% success rate, beautiful, well done. And also, we should respec you, shouldn't we? Huh. Also, I just noticed that you're disciplined, so you might actually be a decent sorceress. You know what, a steel tech for now, because I figured we want to get potent on all the sorks, all the R&D sorks. Oh, not Dark Steed, my bad, none. But anyway, we'll also be fighting these guys, so let's put this sork here, steel tech as well, lovely. And the new Sork that we summoned, you, I guess, are going to land somewhere over here. You're probably going to just bounce around between Abathir and White Peak, and then we can have you between Toranrock and Griffin Gate, or something along those lines. Alrighty, those guys are decided. Morathi, go for a quick little auto-resolve against the remnants of this force, and if you're going to auto-resolve anyway, we're going to move the other army nearby. Huh. Alea Quinn, looks like you are going to try to defend... Huh, I wonder if we could attack you. Oh, they actually have a fairly good garrison here. Interesting. Morathi, attack this, nonetheless. Doesn't change the fact that we need to attack it, and in fact, you will run. But you won't run far enough. Alrighty, you're gonna move up. This does put us close to the edge of the water, which is at least a little bit concerning. And kill. Alright, hopefully the auto-resolve doesn't screw us over. And it did not, okay. For once. And for this, I think we will take... You know, weapon strength could be helpful, but once again, we need all the money that we can get right now. Alright, now, ransom captives. While we have materials at sea, we need all the money. Now, Morathi. We could risk it at Vol's Anvil. The problem is we don't know if there's another army. What I should have done is moved R&D here. And then back around to Vol's Anvil. Was definitely my bad. You could land... and try to head to Vol's Anvil, and then we might be able to draw you in. Okay, well, we'll deal with that in a second. I want to see if it's a possibility, but let's move everybody else around first, since we already had a battle this turn. Furion, you need to get those Raven Heralds to Morathi. Move out this way to Skeggy. Admiral Moksha, since we have the recruitment cost reduction, it's probably the best time for you. Wow, look at your growth. What the heck? +4. Huh. Why is it so low? I guess because you don't have the Dark Elf manners? Damn. We need more growth. Oh well. You can recruit these guys at 750 a pop, but you know what? We'll wait for it. I just want to see whether there would be other uses for our money first, and then we'll figure it out. Anyway, Sharky, you're up next. Or wait, other Druki resources? So, well, if you're gonna land, we'll land you afterwards. Sharky, you need to move towards the Cliff of Beasts, I guess? Not the bilious... what is that? Okay, no. For a second I thought it was an enemy and grew very, very concerned. But the Den of Outlaws here at the Blighted Grove, you're going to move towards the Cliff of Beasts. And we'll build your Shade Army there. You probably also don't need to be in March stance, but oh well. Okay, that was Sharky. Who else can move or needs to move? Let's see. Ricard... No, Jaden... You still can't really do anything. Not until this guy leaves Toranrock. I'm kinda just stuck. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine for now. It makes no difference at the end of the day. Akanet, you are fine. If the Shellray, we will not be moving you this turn. Admiral Yorn, however, is a different story. Well, first of all, we need Admiral Yorn's caster, who is moving closer, while Yorn himself, is level 10, which means we have the revered Name of Power. Choose a name of power that improves the army. Come on, big money. What do we have here? Barb Storm, range and missile strength. And ammunition, not horrible, and then Wrathbringer, terrible. So shoot them all, Barb Storm it is. This means it's the sad thing about this is it's a weaker buff than the Blackheart Corsair buffs, but it is a ranged buff. So we imagine if we reset this guy and gave him the double Name of Power, and also managed to get the other buff, the Blackheart Corsair missile strength buff plus 100%. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it exists. And yeah, well, either way, you have a lot of range, and I think we're going to keep leaning further into that. Maybe once we lose a few of these Blackheart Corsairs without range stuff, we'll get them, well, more range stuff. Okay, well, either way, that doesn't change the fact that you are moving forward. Let's move you towards Toranlik. And maybe we'll hit it with Malekith and you there. In fact, just go into March stance. Well, why not?
Anchors away.
It's not like there's an island nearby. There are islands here which we will want to stop by at, but you're busy right now. Oh, is that another island? You gotta be kidding me. They're so close together. I could also land you at Elysia and Misnar and take those over since there's nobody there, but it would probably uncover Bretonia and other stuff, and maybe we want to hold off on that for now. So that was Admiral Yorn. Steven Segales, where is the next Temple of Cain to be built? Probably at Dagraksan, so just stay there. For now. Movar, you don't need to move, ironically, because of your name. But you can actually just stay here. Sylar, you are going to meet Malice. Bane, Valahuir, and, well, Bane, you're gonna probably be staying here for a while, so just keep scouting. I'm tempted to rename them Scouts, but I'm starting to remember who they are. I never remember who Arat is, though. Oh, he's the guy at the Mine of the Bearded Skulls. Just stay here. In fact, you know what? Move out here. I want to keep an eye on what Gorok is doing. Although, damn, this is going to discover a few other factions. But nonetheless, I want to see what they're doing. Oh, we have a landmark at Itza. Casualty replenishment rate plus 5% own armies faction-wide. Oh my. That's actually really good. Huh. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to have to get that then. I wasn't thinking that we'd need Itza, but it looks like we will. Oh well, next up, buildings. We're going to build you and you and you at the Moonshard. Moonshard will still be able to, will need to defend itself, so it won't, unfortunately, be able to get an artisan's house, which will at least somewhat curtail the amount of money that we can make there. Hag Hall, Temple of Adaoth, Guild Halls, and Estates of the Masters. Fun fact about Adaoth, he's an Elenili, a destructive god. I think I mentioned him before, the volcano god. So Adaoth and Hukon, and there's a bunch of other gods. They're all Elenili, which are destruction gods, which are the children of Elenil. You may have noticed that the sorceresses scream Elenil constantly, who is the god of destruction. And he's analogous to, like, Cronus, the Titan, in Greek mythology, because he ate his children, and the ones that didn't get eaten are the disasters that remain, like earthquakes and drought and volcanoes and whatnot. This has been your lore rant of the day. Anyway, let's continue. What do we have here? Temple of Adaoth. Do we need to build the... this thing, the Slave District? Yeah, I guess. I guess. It's still sort of between provinces, so why not? Hag Hall, we are missing the Artisan's House, so we will build it there. Copper Desert, you're up next. Let's build whatever we can build. And, huh. That's weird. Did I not tell the city tunnels to get destroyed last turn with the other city tunnels, but it didn't get destroyed? What the heck is going on? Weird. Maybe it's bugged. Let's try that again. Because it got destroyed here at the Dust Gate. I don't know why it's like that. But oh well. Either way, slave slums for you in the copper... Oh, yeah, you know what? No slave slums here. I might actually not even build a lot of the non-military structures here. I still feel like this should be a military province. Although the slave cost would be significant if we don't have slave slums here. No, but we have to have some military provinces, and this is a red province. Even though the public order here is surprisingly decent at the current time. You know what? For now, don't build either one. For now, just build the Dark Elf Manors and grow better. Let's do that. Fortress of the Damned, Fortress of the Damned... Is this Forest? No, it's Fortress of the Damned. For a second I thought it was Forest of the Damned, and I got confused, but we're fine. And then lastly, at the Fortress, we'll build the Sorceresses... But wait. We don't need you, Slave Gate. You are fairly... Wait, no, actually we do. You're a coastal territory, so we do need you. I lied. We will build the Sorceress's Abode there, though. Beautiful. Next up, we have the Spine of Sotek. Let's upgrade the Mine of the Bearded Skulls and the next level of those Iron Mines, and I guess keep building up the Den of Outlaws here, because that's definitely going to be a military province. Next up, Ashen Coast. We will, I suppose... I mean, I guess we can keep building the slave districts here. Yeah, fine. Slave districts it is. Alrighty, up next, Iron Sand Desert. What do we have here? Dark Tower, yes. Dark Elf Residences, and we're still going to go for military stuff here, so we'll start with the Altar of Cain. And Isaraga. What the heck is this? A bunch of trolls and a Cygor. Oh, we're probably going to need to destroy you. They might take the opportunity to attack us. If we get an army near there, maybe we'll deal with that. If I remember. Somebody remind me. Next up, Infernius. You are going to go for the Artisan's House, I guess. And I only guess because, well, I don't know what the public order is going to be like. It's -1, and we're not collecting income right now, but it does have instability and corruption. At least a little bit. Last but not least, the Twisted Towers. You are going to go for Artisan's House for now, and you are also going to go for a Sorceress's Abode, because we're building those everywhere. We need all the Sorceress capacity that we can get. Alrighty, 5 more turns of materials at sea, and we still have a decent amount of cash remaining, which is great, and which is why I did all the recruiting right now, because, hey, we need more Blackheart Corsairs, ever more Blackheart Corsairs. And, you know what, before this runs out, we should probably just build even more. Then... Wait, 1, 2, 3... Are they? 1 second. 1 second. Are you stuck? What the heck? Why are you in Dread Expansion? Huh. Odd. I can't seem to... Oh, it's because you're recruiting. Yeah, okay, that's fine, that's fine. I got concerned that he got stuck in the stands. I wanted to trade him the Blackheart Corsairs, but we can do that after. And I guess since we do have the money, we can start building Cold One Knights as well. For Malice, I mean. Yeah, that works. And we'll probably have to replace Cold One Knights with Dread Knights once we have them, but it'll probably be a while until we do. Anyway, that's the recruitment for you guys. Do you want to go into Dread Expansion? Oh, you can't right now. You're in March stance. Wait, not you, Bilal. Alright, we'll just wait and we'll Dread Expand afterwards. We also probably want to delete the Crows of Cain and the Bolt Fiends to put them in armies, but we'll do that later. For now, we have other things to do, namely this. Marathi and Druki resources. Let's level you all up and then let's attack. I don't know if this will work, but I'm hoping that it will. Anything useful here? Campaign movement range for Accompanying Lord? Yes. Not that it matters here. And then Uriel Hydra-Blood. Let's get you... You know what? Let's get you Pain Compliance. I was going to go for Absolute Precision, but Pain Compliance for now. And then Druki Resources, we can continue leveling you with, I don't know, Quartermaster doesn't really matter. None of this really matters. Quartermaster for now, then just to get renowned and feared because we want to get the recruit rank because you're a recruiter. Druki Resources recruiter. Next up, we will have Druki Resources move like this, and then he'll get stuck, which means Morathi can hopefully land and attack Leia Quinn. Leia Quinn will run. Damn. I was hoping that would not be the case, but if it is, it is. Now, can you attack Val's Anvil? No, you can't reach it. Oh well. A shame, but we have landed and we can raid for a little bit. Lovely. And then we'll see either oh, but raiding will screw up our vigor, so if they attack us, it's going to be a lot more dangerous. You know what? Maybe we can't risk it. I'd rather not risk it. Who knows what the enemy will do. We might want to go into dark channeling stance instead, however. Even at the cost of a little bit of vigor. Well, you actually probably don't need it, even with the enemy leadership reduction. Actually, that's an interesting question. You know what, you stay in regular stance. Morathi can go for Dark Channeling because she wants to fill up her magics and the miscast chance is still beneficial to her. Alright, now we can end the turn. Nope, I want to check Deploy first. Ooh, hello. The Awakened are available now. Well, that's just fascinating. Who are they fighting? Well, they're not fighting us, which is great. They're fighting basically everybody but Pestilence and followers of Nagash. I'm going to ignore them for now, especially since they're not going to be a trade partner at the current time. Huh, these guys are nearly ready for a peace out. Interesting. And what's more interesting is skip, and turn, and let's see if somebody attacks us. This would be a great opportunity for Surthara Belkek to attack us out. No, it looks like Leia Quinn ran away to the Tower of Lysaean, which means we should have... Oh, are you still fighting Wulfric? My bad. My bad, Gromby. I completely forgot about that. No. There's no need for us to do this. And Surthara Belkek will run. Okay, fascinating. Looks like they're going to give up Val's Anvil to us. Well, too bad for them. Construction cost reduction for all buildings. Well, loyalty crisis averted? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, looks like Akana doesn't want to go out. Hey, Evanescent Rift. Oh, I guess that counteracts the negative version of the same thing that we got earlier. Interesting. Anyway, Rakarth to the Golden Ziggurat, then recruit monsters next turn, and then go to the Skull Reef. Akanet, I may delete you. I'm just gonna keep you there. I gotta think about it. You go here, and you know what? Actually, move out here, because I'd like you to scout out what's going on with Itza out here. Itza will declare war on us. It's only a matter of time, and we'll have to deal with it. Skaven are doing okay. I was actually kind of expecting them to die at this point, but they're still alive. Kind of a wrinkle in our plans. Anyway, what do we have in terms of defenses here, Val's Anvil? It's unfortunate that we couldn't force them into an outside fight, because it does mean, by the looks of it, let's just move R&D out here. 6 turns. I want to see what's out here. Okay, there's nobody at Lothern. Wait, we don't have a special building at Lothern? You gotta be kidding me. Huh. That shocks me. That absolutely shocks me. We can't build a Harbor of Lothern. We should be able to. What do we get at the Shrine of Asurian? Control +10, recruit rank +1, all provinces, diplomatic relations +300 with High Elves. Oh, fascinating. I wonder if we'd be able to ally with Imric if we do this. Although most likely he's fighting with the Chaos Dwarfs and we may want to ally with him ourselves. But with them instead, rather. But oh well. I also see Nakari is moving around up there. We may betray Nakari rather than allowing him to hold Donut. And oh, Dastan Coldeye. Oh. Well, that's interesting. One of the more threatening, one of the two extremely threatening, I should say, extremely threatening little... A rogue army is out here. Turn to the Black Ocean. May have to deal with them, but for now, go here. And I would love to land at Toranlek if possible. Your army will perform better in battle. I still gotta go with shiny boots and fresh recruits. Prescant, casualty replenishment rate. Oh, okay, not bad. There's some good stuff you can get out of the other thing, but I just never really bother using it. Anyway, I think with that we're out of time. I was hoping that these guys would attack us, but we don't have enough time to fight another battle by the looks of it right now. We're most likely going to have to besiege Val's Anvil, rather than what we were doing before. Empiric victory, eh? Well, we have no choice but to build stuff, especially since we can't knock those towers down. But who knows, the enemy might actually decide to attack us with Leia Quinn, and I'd really rather fight in the field with the Shades. Morathi isn't really in the best position to fight regular style. We could also do a temporary siege and take Torsathai instead. I'm not sure. What we really need to do is we need to finish up building up this Black Ark, level it up, and then be able to get Reaper Bolt Throwers nearby, or have another Black Ark move down there. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to call it here. A little bit of an admin-heavy episode, but at least we got that little, the nice little fight with the Sword of Cain thing. We will try to get the Sword of Cain to Malekith next time, or close to next time, while everybody else moves down, and Malekith will also be getting his new troops, as well as a bunch of other stuff, so that'll be nice as well. In fact, we can do that right now. Go into regular stance, trade Malekith. He will get a Death Hag and these Black Guard, and he will lose those spears, which no longer serve a purpose for him. I guess he doesn't need these Cold One chariots anymore. And I'm inclined to keep the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows. So I guess take out one of the Dark Shards. He's not going to be relying on tons and tons of range units in his army, because he will have Black Dragons to do it for him. We could keep the chair. Nah, I don't need to bother keeping the chair. There we go. Exchange the units, and you actually... Why would you gain control in doing that? She gained +2 loyalty by trading away the Black Guard. That was not what I was expecting, but interesting. Anyway, once again, calling it here. The next time, Ulthuan will be invaded as Tor Anlek will get hit by Malekith, and hopefully the Val's Anvil will be hit by Morathi. I guess this is the beginning of the invasion anyway, so more to come. Stay tuned. Blah, 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 blah. All glory to the algorithm. Thanks for watching.